6 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown yesterday for Marvin Harrison Jr., Wolf.
Man, that was awesome.
Let's start here because it's not a given. He had a game earlier this year where he had 130 yards and 2 scores. I think yesterday was his best game. Where are you on that? And let me give you the reasoning why I think it was his best game. Because he was, throughout the game, he was making plays. It wasn't – the game against the Rams was a great stat line. Great. I mean, he had obviously a huge impact on that game, but it all came in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was like there was some in the first, there was more in the third, there was more in the fourth. Like, I feel like – I mean, we'll get to this later on in the show, like who was the game-changing player of the game. There were a few, but he was certainly on that short list.
Yeah, chunk throw after chunk throw after chunk throw. We've been talking an awful lot about this, Basinonians, and how the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray specifically need to start throwing the ball down the field. And that's exactly what we got. Chunk throws down the field. And the guy that was right in the middle of that was Marvin Harrison Jr. He averaged 18.5 on those 6 receptions, 18.5 yards per reception. And for me, my favorite one, it wasn't the end zone. It wasn't the catch. It wasn't that for a touchdown, which was incredible and insane that he was actually in bounds when he caught that ball.
It was incredible, insane, and in bounds. The 3 ends.
But my favorite was the dig route. That's right. Nothing but a mundane 18-yard in little dig route right there against zone cover. He kind of sat it down. Bam! Kyler put it on him from the pocket. That was a thing of beauty to me. And that's exactly where they need to grow more than anything else. Just the mundane route. The dig route, the 6 route, man, the deep in, and bam, it was right on the money.
Where was Miami's pass defense ranked going into that game yesterday, Wolf?
They were number 1 in the National Football League in yards per game.
So if and I know he's a rookie, and you got to see
per game
consistently, but if this is what it, I mean, that wasn't even that crazy of a stat. It ended up getting there, yeah. I mean, he had 111 yards, but 6 catches on 7 targets. It has the touchdown in there. Couple great plays, couple great catches that not a lot of guys can make. Like you said, some chunk plays mixed in there too. If that's a sign of things to come between him and Kyler, look at the Cardinals' schedule and tell me there's anybody on there they can't beat when they have games like that.
Sold. Sold right there. This kid, how about the 3rd down catch that he makes?
Yeah.
Where you thought he dropped it, and yet it was a hard catch to begin
That would have
with.
been an acceptable drop. I don't even know that would have counted as a drop.
Exactly right. Yeah. I'm with you on that. That would have been full extension laying out. How did this kid get the forearm underneath that ball, and that pig didn't move an inch?
Doesn't that show you that the drops early this season have been mental and not physical? Some of these catches he can make. He can obviously make the catches that have been talked about the first 7 weeks. And again, I'll go back to a guy like Jamar Chase, who came in and was an instant impact guy, except that preseason, if you remember, people were like, well, this guy can't catch a football. Is that a problem? He couldn't catch anything in the preseason,
That's
Jamar
right.
Chase. And he's pretty good now.
Yeah, you know what, Paulie mentioned the fact Jerry Rice could not. He had drops.
Jerry Rice had drops?
The first half of the season. Yes,
Wow.
His rookie year. They were all
seems
over
unbelievable.
Jerry Rice, and suddenly the kid from Mississippi Valley State took off.
He seemed to figure it out after that.
Yes, he did, no doubt about it. Anyways, listen, the best thing going forward right now is this is a confidence builder. This is confidence. I talk about it all the time. Confidence is the currency of competition. Why is that, Basinonians? Because you gain confidence. You buy and sell performances based on your confidence level. And right now, Marvin Harrison Jr., do you think there was a lot of talk going around the National Football League about Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, and it's not going well down there? And they came out and they played like that together and did it when you had to win a game. It wasn't like you were winning 40-3 and you just had it going that day. You had to come from behind, not once, twice had to come from behind and get into a one-possession situation and then actually win the game in the fourth quarter, and that's what they did, largely because they could throw the ball, and it was Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Trey McBride at the center of it.
It also didn't feel forced. It felt like Marv was the best option on a lot of those plays. It just kind of was naturally working that way. Now, Trey McBride, we'll get to him because Trey McBride is, I mean, as far as receiving tight ends, I don't know who you'd rather have in the NFL. Maybe Brock Bauer. I don't know. I mean, he's right there.
Don't you dare talk that way about my boy.
I'm just saying receiving side.
This guy, it's not just receiving.
No, I know. I'm setting you up to talk about the other side. So, but Trey McBride being a separate conversation. Marv, if this is something they're going to be able to consistently do, this is what you were drafting. And again, it was against Miami. Here's Marv after the game talking about getting open against Jalen Ramsey, of all people.
Yeah, obviously I had one of the best corners in the game, if not the best corner in the game. So I knew I had to run a great route to get open, and hopefully Kyler had as much time as he can to give me opportunity. Before the play had started, he said if it's man coverage, go open on that corner, get open on the corner. I'm kind of the man read right there, so I knew how to run a great route and come down with the ball.
See, it helps, I think, if you're a fan base, for you to tolerate the growing pains when you have games like this sprinkled in. Because it's like, okay, if we got to show a little patience, that's fine, because look what he can do. And you figure he's only going to get better. Maybe going up against Jalen Ramsey sharpened his routes. Who knows?
Yeah.
Every game, you figure Marv is picking stuff up. And yesterday, they don't win that game without him.
No, I love that. I love the fact you brought up Jalen Ramsey in the name of Jalen Ramsey. What a good football player he's pretty decent. Is.
Yeah.
What a great corner he is. And Marvin Harrison Jr. torched him a couple of times. And that touchdown throw, Kyler, what are you doing? Kyler, the mighty Kyler Murray, laid that ball out there and said, Marv, go get it. And it was in bounds. He allowed him to catch the ball in bounds, and there was no dispute after you went and looked at it. That was a catch, knee down. One knee is 2 feet. Mm-hmm. In bounds, touchdown. Unbelievable play by those two guys. And you just know, ladies and gentlemen, listen, all interceptions are not created equal. All touchdowns are not created equal either. There are some that just, whoa, blow your mind and energize you. And there are some that, oh, okay, boy, that sucked buttermilk.
Well, yeah.
Right? There are moments where the guys on the sideline, they get jacked up, and then all of a sudden you're deflated. That catch for a touchdown, that throw and catch, was huge.
That move, that sliding on his stomach with arms extended, making a catch, is becoming, it's early, I grant you, but he's done it a few times. That's becoming like the Marvin Harrison Jr. move. That's like, remember when Booker hit the shot, it was against the Clippers, right? In the bubble, and he was just laying there, and he's kind of
right.
In fact, he did it the other day too. He was laying there looking up. He didn't have the same shot, but that's becoming it's like Randy Moss would go up and just catch the ball over people. The Marvin Harrison Jr. catches sliding face first out of bounds with the ball in front of him, somehow not on the ground.
Man.
He's done it a few times now, and he certainly did it a couple times yesterday.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.